You're watching a Big Z review. Him is a new movie that is not directed by Jordan Peele, even though they're using his name everywhere they can. And with how bad this movie is, you're kind of harming his name, like for future films, because it's not good.
Who are they? Just gonna toss the ball around a little. You wanna hit this? You can't handle it. I understand. Shut up! Oh, too slow.
So this was directed by Justin Tipping, and he is like a TV director. Like the last thing he did was the Tiger King show, Joe versus Carol, and that is really all he's done. Like he's done a bunch of shows, like one or two shows throughout, but he hasn't done any big movie or anything, and it's just not very good. Like he also partially wrote it with Zach Akers and Skip Bronke, and I don't know if the creators of this film like football or not. This is like, when I first saw the trailers, I was like, oh, first I thought Jordan Peele. It even sounds like the name scheme, where it's just a single word, him, and they're like sounding like Jordan Peele's name all over it. And then I realized that, oh, he has just produced it. And wait, he really wanted to get Weapons to produce it, but he wasn't able to. Instead, he got this. And it's like, oh, there's definitely a reason he fired his agents or whatever that got him this instead of Weapons. But the main star of this is Tyreek Withers as Cameron Cole. I think like his biggest thing, that he was in the remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer that came out earlier this year, and he is the next franchise quarterback for some lucky team in the not NFL. Very clear, even though that looks like a Super Bowl trophy and they're playing football, I've been very clear, this is not the NFL. This is the USFF, which is the biggest football league in this fictional universe. And the biggest quarterback, the GOAT, is Marlon Wayans. And he's too old, I think, to be in this role. He's also tiny. He's also not that athletic. And he's also kind of a goofy actor. And he has to be the big bad villain in this as Isaiah White. And I think he's probably one of the weakest parts of the film, along with this just being so pretentious and so heavy-handed with all of the symbolism and everything it tries to do, and also just not being a good sports movie. Like there's not also, like, when I looked at it, they called it like body horror and like horror. This is not a horror film. This is just like a drama, and it's like it's odd, and like the whole movie is just all about Tyreek Withers aura farming. It should be, instead of him, it should be called Aura Farm the movie. And Tyreek Withers is good, although I don't think it's a good idea to earlier they make fun of him, saying that like you create a player face, and it's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't really call him out in the movie when at the beginning, when you're trying to, so you're not thinking about it the whole time. He does kind of look like they create a player in a Madden game. But the whole setup of this, it's just like, it's like they don't have that good of a grasp of football, just because, I mean, like at the start of, he is a 4-year like starting quarterback at a big college apparently, and he is going into the draft. Everyone thinks that he's going to be like the next quarterback. And first off, like the team that wants him is the team that currently has the best in the world, Isaiah White, the Saviors, which is and it's so heavy-handed, all of the metaphors and everything. And of course, the owner is a devil worshiper. But of course, anyone that knows football, unless this league has different rules, the team that won the Super Bowl the year before is not going to have a chance at getting the best quarterback in the draft. Of course, they try to make it seem like that's why they're doing this whole thing where like some like demon hits them over the head and concusses them right before the combine, which Tyreek Withers would not be doing. As we all have seen, the top quarterbacks do not do the combine anymore. The top 10 players do not do the combine. Because if everyone thinks you're the top 10, there's no point in doing it. The only thing you could do is to drop your draft capital. So like instead, all they do interviews. They still go to the combine, but they don't do any of the drills. They just go to talk to the teams. And in this one, like, they're making it a big deal. Like, oh, he's not doing a combine after he was just assaulted and he has staples in his head. This means he's not going to get drafted by any team. Your only option is to go to this camp that Marlon Wayans is doing for a week where he'll torture you, and then maybe the team will pick you up if he likes you. And it's like, even, you see, Shador Sanders, who, like, dropped, crazy drop. He still was drafted in the 5th round, and that's still, like, a $2 million contract. And let alone, I mean, if this universe is the same as ours, this quarterback would have already made a couple $1 million in college. But, like, that doesn't really matter. But it's just that, like, the setup doesn't really work. And then when you get to this weird house that Marlon Wayans has, and all the field and the players that come in, it's just, it doesn't feel like football. Like, they're doing, like, training and stuff, and it's just so basic and just not that interesting, and doesn't feel like quarterback stuff. Like ones that, like, he's doing a drill where they're just, like, attacking him. All of these players are running at him, attacking him. And it's just, the whole point of it is so that he said, no hits to the head. And he has, like, and, like, guys coming after tackle him, and he lowers a boom on him and almost, like, kills the guy. And too, like, one of, like, the first days they're doing, like, passing drills, and the one free agent is like, okay, I need a volunteer, and they stand in front of the ball machine, and a full blast, and blasting him in the face.
This how you do your teammate?
And it's like, it's not even that gory, or it's just like, and then why wouldn't this guy go, oh, hey, I'm leaving, bye-bye. Like, and then it's so weird too. They have these comedians as, like, the main cast. You have, like, Tim Heidecker as the agent, and Jim Jeffries as the doctor. And it's like, is this supposed to be a serious movie? They're not good actors. They're jokey. They're comedy stuff. And there's, like, the only person that you're supposed to maybe like or feel for is, like, Jim Jeffries, the doctor, and he's not a good actor. And then you also have Julia Fox as the wife of Marlon Wayans, and she's weird, but, you know, that's who she is now. And it's just, everything about this is just not good. It's, like, boring. It's not, like, they didn't even try to make it really scary or, like, haunting, or, like, they say body horror, but there is no body horror. It's just that, like, the doctor is, like, injecting him with stuff. And it's like, there's no, his body doesn't go through any changes or anything. It's just not good. Like, it's just disappointing, because they tried to sell it as a Jordan Peele movie, and it just isn't. Probably give, like, a 4 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.